Hey, I'm Aldyn, and I'm here with you. It's September 17th, 2017, and I'm here to do the weekly twin flame love forecast with my angel oracle cards and also incorporating the astrology of the week. And there's a lot going on with the equinox going into fall here on Friday. So we'll be shifting the sun from Virgo to Libra at about 1 p.m. In the afternoon Pacific Standard Time. And there's a new moon, and the new moon's also in Virgo, and that's happening like Tuesday night. Yeah, Tuesday night. And so those are a couple of the major things happening. There's a lot of Virgo influence right now, with Venus in Virgo, with the week kind of beginning with the moon in Virgo, Mercury as well. So yeah, that's a couple or a few highlights. So let's move into the cards. I have them ready to go, and I am excited to see what they are. So first we have Justice. Perfect. Love that. So let's see if I can not have such a glare from the computer. There, that is a decent view. It's a little bit tilted, but there will be a nice picture of it in my blog on harmonious-union.com. So yeah, this is Archangel Rigel, and it's very, very Libra, very Libra. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. Stand up for your beliefs. Yeah. So yeah, the picture is Archangel Raguel, and with the scales, evenly balanced in one hand, and a mighty sword in the other hand, and yeah, wings spread out in between two pillars. So, this kind of sense of stability here in going forth with what's right and not being afraid to, fight for your right to party. But really, it's, okay, so in a way it's not about fighting, right? But it's about not having any fear about where you stand in truth, So there's nothing to argue about with that. There's nothing anyone can do when you have found the truth in a certain situation, with the love in your heart. That's a really good one. And your union with God. So no one can take that away and rattle it. And not that anyone is trying to do that, but it's like we're really being called to move through some fear here this week, and there's a lot going on with Chiron too, the wounded healer. Can't really remember the aspects right now. I want to say maybe Chiron squaring Saturn with the new moon, something like that. Opposition square. And so yeah, Chiron, Wounded Healer, is being asked to stabilize and like show forth where you feel your wounds reside, and have no fear in looking at what they bring up, what kinds of thought patterns, weird stuff, whatever. Like, don't. This is the time to when you might be able to tell when you are suppressing something very easily, and therefore stop suppressing it and allow it to emerge into the light, where you can bring unconditional love there, um, in a very balanced way, in a very Libra, um, like fairness kind of a way. So like a fair love where you can see the underlying, your compassion comes from an underlying, trying to have the thought, I'm trying to think of how to word it. It's like you can feel that, your wounds, your kind of interrupted thought patterns where you're having blocks and stuff like that, your, misalignments are coming up. And you can see beyond the misalignment. You can see you can use your own fairness from within to heal yourself of the misalignment, because you understand that you are light being, and that you can heal, and these places that feel wounded are shining forth light, and that's beautiful. So yeah, I think that's pretty good for this card. And Knight of Fire. Oh, Knight of Fire. Okay. Let's see if you can see that Knight of Fire. Okay. There, that's pretty good. So, passionate, adventurous, self-assured, restless, a sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. Dun dun dun. Yeah, well, there's a big shift going on right now with the seasons, so I feel like we are kind of feeling like rushed with the last little bit of summer that there is, depending on where you're living, or what, winter going into spring. Yeah, so depending on where you are, but there you're just like, feeling a shift, and this can be really wonderful, and it can also feel like there's a little bit of pressure to kind of move into something new. And also the time of year, a lot of people right now, it's like kind of amping up a bit. So if you're experiencing this where time feels of the essence, I would encourage you to kind of feel beyond time and consider, looking at time in different ways. Perhaps, read some different thoughts about time, because in reality, time all is an illusion, and this is a really beautiful thing about all the Virgo influence this week, is that there's so much opportunity to see the divine order behind earthly things. So, very, very earthy, very, very in touch with nature too, and so kind of feeling very grounded in in our surroundings and using this as a point of reference to realize that everything is happening in a divine order. And when we try to attach ourselves to the happenings, we detach from the moment that we are in. We kind of lose ourselves in thoughts of the past going into the future. We're thinking of our plans, right? And of course, sometimes you have to plan things out and all of that. And there is a time and place for being practical. But this is a really great time to tap into some really wonderful creativity about things that are really kind of all one, like we're all here together. How can you particularly change things for the better? How you could envision too you and your twin flame, and how you might fit together in like life purpose, or doing something really really juicy, but also very healing to the earth around you together. And so this might be a really fun activity to do with your twin flame or with yourself, and imagine that. And this could look like anything. I mean, we all have different callings, and this can, of course, change too. So go, with where you're at right now, and go from there. And things that need immediate attention, times of the essence. Think things through carefully. Passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. So yeah, there is a sense of restlessness, like, maybe rustling of the leaves kind of thing. It's okay to feel like everything's really important sometimes, and to really be very in touch with your feelings in a way that is, logically putting them together, as long as it's, just pure logic, with love and everything. And it's also good to recognize, check in with yourself each moment, recognize where you're at, and take care of the little things in your life in a really pragmatic way right now. If little things are popping up to take care of them, just do it, and let them go. Don't, keep a bunch of unnecessary things in your mind that you don't need, because this is such a good time to utilize all of that, ability to think and create and visualize for deeper patterns of how we're kind of fitting in with what we envision for ourselves. So yeah, like, just the little stuff, get it done. And this is a great time to have some momentum around that anyway. And Mercury is leaving its retrograde shadow too, so even more forward motion as well. And some passion in here too. So the Knight of Fire is passionate and adventurous, and going into next week, the moon will move into Sagittarius, very adventurous sign. So perhaps that adventure in your heart is being sparked. And yeah, I think that's about it for that card. So then we have King of Fire. King of Fire, motivational, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic, focus, 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 communicate with vision and be a leader, advice from someone creative. Wow, well, this is like, Mr. Muscly Creative over here. Anyway, so yeah, I get the sense that this is a good time again to visualize, what you're really passionate about, to feel a sense of strength and security in the in allowing things to just happen as far as your twin flame journey goes. So, not putting pressure on yourself to meet certain expectations regarding your twin flame union, and to allow everything to happen, and in a really lighthearted way. And I mean, this dragon that this dude is on is like very lighthearted to me. Like I could see too, like, this sense of peace from within our hearts, when we imagine just kind of the lightness of feathers carrying us in the wind, and that there's really there's no destination but where we're going, and we're being guided just perfectly along. And so we're completely surrendered, but we're also creative beings. beings. Yeah, so yeah, we're creative beings, and I mean, like, this dragon is just really spectacular. So, focusing on those little moments in time where we're seeing things to organize too, whether it's around us or within us. And again, that goes back to like getting the little things done, but then beyond that, there's like a deeper sense of committing ourselves to marrying our organization and our creativity together, in pursuit of uniting our practical abilities with just our creative abilities. So creating from a place that's very grounded, and noticing our ability to create really useful, functional things in this earth. Because oftentimes we think of creativity as like, coloring a mandala in our free time, while watching, I don't know, adult cartoons or whatever. And that's fine if that's like your way of releasing, like, and you can frame that and put on your wall, and it can be really inspiring, whatever. But also, like, you can actually like create really really very life-fulfilling things in each moment, and each moment can be a part of that, where you're really feeling free and let loose to ride your creative spark, to the deepest places in your heart, and create from there. So, and these can be, really tangible things, or tangible even in the sense of, words or something that you're sharing with someone else. So, yeah, that's that. Oh, and also, so yeah, the moon, goes from Virgo in the beginning of the week to Libra, and then to Scorpio. So this also kind of, it feels like diving into those deep depths as well, in that kind of a way, and not shying away from whatever we find there, like finding the beauty within the seeming disaster that we find, when some block that we have, or some kind of past past trauma that might arise, and we might even find that like things aren't bothering us as much as well, because we're able to really, stay on the ride with the dragon. And there is one more card here that I guess I accidentally pulled. I pulled 4 by accident, so I feel like it's got to be a part of the deal. So it is renewal. There we go. No, okay. It's not coming in super well, but okay. So review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. Archangel Jeremiah. Well, this is like, perhaps a little family here. So very twin flame complete kind of card, and number 20. And so this also looks like, our high heart and what we really desire, when we feel all sparkly and all that, and just like allowing that kind of place within us to sink in and to replenish us and nourish us. And so, when you heal yourself, you're also healing your twin flame by default. So this is like a very loving thing to do, and to recognize this is really cool, because if you're the kind of person who likes just healing and being healed, having that kind of knowledge about how it works when you're clearing blocks, and making choices, making core choices, that they do affect your manifestation of union, harmonious union with your twin flame. So review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts, and this kind of goes back to the Libra theme too, of fairness and balance, and loving through an evaluation. But evaluation isn't a judgment. It's really more of an observation about everything going on, and putting it together in a way that is sensical to us. It's kind of like painting a very well composed picture, and loving all of the bits and pieces that are there, and the full composition of it as well. So time to move in a new direction. Well, that's a really great message to end the week on. So just consider that. Consider where things have gotten a little bit stagnant, and there's a lot of Uranus aspects as well. So like that is about kind of suddenness, can be sudden change to needing some change. And with Venus and Virgo also, between those two, just, finding that love might really feel renewed and refreshed when you are completely opening your heart to making choices that keep your vibe high, and allow you to continue your ascension process here on planet Earth. So that's this week's reading, and please take a look at all of the stuff I have to offer below. And I offer coaching sessions for your twin flame journey and astrology readings and so forth. And I would love to serve you and help you as you continue on to harmonious twin flame union with your beloved. And hope you have a great week ahead, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.